Juniors and seniors of Nevada Virtual Academy, we're back to solve problems on the proficiency exam. Problem number 17. The first month of a cell phone plan charges $46.95 to activate the phone and $32.95 for the first 400 minutes. So it sounds like you have a cell phone plan that will cost you the 46.95 to activate it, and you will have a plan, a monthly plan of 400 minutes that's going to cost you 32.95. There is a $0.54 charge for each minute used over 400 minutes. Okay, and many of you are familiar with this because I know you have cell phones, and probably your parents told you, hey, please make sure you're not talking over your allocated minutes because they're gonna charge us. They're gonna, get big bucks for every minute from us. Like I believe, 54 cents per minute. That's a lot. That's really expensive. So in that regard, your parents, keep telling you about talking to somebody that is in the same network with you, which is probably free, or try to keep your, phone chats under a certain number of minutes, 400 in this case. A customer, right? A customer, which could be you, uses 447 minutes in the first month. And now the question is, what is the approximate cost of the first month? So you don't have to find exactly the cost. You have to approximate it to and round it up to dollars, right? Because your options here are 80, 95, 105, and 150. Good. So what do you need? Well, you're going back to the problem. Just think about real life, guys. The real life. To activate your phone, activation. What is the charge on that? Well, for this plan, for this company, maybe, I don't know, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, you name it. $46.95 just to activate, right? So that would be the first charge. $46.95. That's definitely going to be part of the total cost for the first month. Well, what else? Well, you're buying this phone, you're activating it, and you are enrolling yourself in this plan. That is $32.95 for the 400. So I will say the 400 plan is actually going to charge you monthly probably $32.95. All right. So this is what you have to pay, or this customer has to pay for the 400 minutes. Okay, so if he uses the 400 minutes in this month and he talks 400 minutes and he activates the phone, this will be the total cost. And if you want, you can go ahead and add them up, right? I'm going to add the two costs and see what you have. Make sure you line up your decimal point, right? Remember fourth grade math. 5 plus 5 is going to be 10, right? 1 gets carried over. 1 plus 9, 10 plus 9, 19. Bring down the decimal point. You had, one that was carried over here. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 4 plus 3 is 79. So it seems that for this customer, which like I said, maybe you, the first month with the activation and the plan is going to cost you $79.90. It's approximately $80, okay? But that's just for the 400 minutes. Knowing that, you can go to your option and say, hey, not good. That's not enough. That will be the cost if I will not go over my 400 minutes. Good. There is a 54 cents, 54.54 charge per minute, right? Over 400. Well, over. You need to find how much will be the cost for this extra minutes. How much are you going to pay? And it's going to be a costly luxury, you may call it, because you are going over 400 minutes without care, and those guys are going to charge you, half a dollar for every minute. How many minutes do we have over $400? Well, easy to find. We have 447 used, by this customer from which you're going to subtract 400. You have 47 minutes in which you're going to be charged 54 cents per minute. Now, you should go ahead and find what is that charge, and what you have to do here is to multiply this 47 minutes by the cost, which is 0.54. All right. Now maybe you can approximate this one if you want. I can approximate 0.54 to 0.5 and 47 to 50. Okay. So I may say this is 50 times 0.5, which 50 times 0.5, 50 times 0.5, the easiest way to find it is just divide 50 by 2, right? Because 0.5 is nothing else but 1/2. You're basically multiplying 50 times 1/2, and that's what? That's 25. So that will be approximately $25. And if you want, you can go ahead and perform that multiplication, 47 times 0.54 here, and see if you get the same answer. And I can, I can guess, like I said, we may have some mistakes going on in here. I can see that actually the best option here for me seems to be C. All right, because C is 105. Well, basically, if you add, your 25 to the approximate $80 that you have to pay for your plan, for your first month plan, no matter what, 25 plus 80 is going to be 105, right? Well, if you're still uncertain and you're not sure about it, you can go ahead and do this multiplication. So I have what? 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 4, 16, plus 2, 18. Then I'm multiplying by 5. 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 4, 20, plus 3, 23, right? Add them up. 8, this is 13, that's 5, and this is 2. Now, because you have two numbers, two digits over the decimal point in one of them, you make sure you put your decimal point over that. And it looks like we were right. We get $25.38, which is approximately 25, and which, if you add to the $80, your first month charges for the plan and for the activation, C would be the best answer. And this is how you solve this problem. By following all these steps. This is a real life application uh, problem, right? This is real life involving math. This is the answer to many of you that will ask the math teacher, okay, so when I'm gonna use this algebra thing in my real life, okay? Well, this is where you're going to use it, when you should check and see if those guys are not overcharging you, because it happened to me. Sometimes, I mean, there are people over there that are doing the calculations, or if not the people, maybe there is a certain computer program that does the calculation, but there will be a human that will input the data into the system. And if there is a human error, if that person made a mistake, you're going to be overcharged, and you will pay without thinking, or you will pay because you have no choice, because you don't know how to check if these guys are charging you right. So this is one example, guys, where you will save yourself some money, and you will be able to check if your phone company is not charging you, or maybe your kid one day, right, is not overcharging them. All right, so this is it. This type of problems, that's the way you go. Start with, step by step. Go with the first thing, basic, activation, and then go with whatever minutes were extra. Find what is the cost for that by multiplying it and by the charge per minute. Add them up. Look at your options. Bubble it in your answering document, and then move on to the next problem. Okay? Any questions? Well, I bet you have. But go back to this video, rewind, pause it, stop, play, and you will be able to answer your question. All right, thank you very much. I will see you next time, and hopefully I will get more, actually less problems with my allergies. As you can hear, I'm talking through my nose. It's really annoying. All right, guys, bye now.